This is an excerpt from Peter Ralston's new book, Ending Unnecessary Suffering, coming out in March of 2025. A rather common source of suffering is depression. Some people may get seriously or clinically depressed with a complex of causes, possibly including physiological malfunction. But most people suffer some sort of depression, mild or major, from time to time that is solely caused by the mind. In such cases, what has to happen conceptually for depression to occur? Obviously, you are undoubtedly seeing life as meaningless and as futile and hopeless. Why? You have created the ideation of imagining a negative future. You don't see a future where your needs are met. But when you're depressed, it might look like you're depressed about your life now. What does the future have to do with it? But think about it. If you're depressed because you've lost your job, your wife left you, and your dog died, these things have already taken place. These are the facts, aren't they? How can they not cause suffering? And how do they relate to the future? Now, those people who characteristically get depressed probably don't find such obvious circumstances as the cause. Much more background and unknown causes might be the norm. But the dynamic is the same. So back to the scenario of losing your job, wife, and dog. This might seem to be your current circumstance. But consider, if you had a better job in the wings, a more loving and compatible woman to relate to, and a cute new puppy, would you be depressed? Not likely. You might be a bit sad at your losses for a time, but the future looks positive, and so you won't be depressed. Certainly, such clear and dramatic causes won't be common, and much more obscure contributions are likely to be the cause of depression. But my assertion is that the mind is creating an assessment of life as it is that includes a bleak future, whether this is clear or not. In some way, you feel your well-being is not going to be taken care of, that your needs won't be met. If this is uncovered and replaced with a positive future, depression won't be an issue. Such a positive future might look like being nurtured, cared for and loved, supported, being comfortable, or whatever. On the other hand, if you imagine a future circumstance charged with making you happy is not possible, then depression can occur. Whether you realize it or not, you are in some way imagining a bleak and depressing future absent of what fulfills or sustains you. Think about it. Excluding a real physiological malfunction, what else would cause depression? If you hold that it just occurs out of the blue, then I can't help you. You have to see it as something you are doing. If you create a positive future, the depression will lift. I'm not saying that pretending some positive future is the best way to go, although it might well work, but finding and stopping the negative one is the key. The future is unknown, but this does not create depression. Again, ever see a depressed rabbit? If there is such a thing, it is extremely rare, and undoubtedly not what we would experience as depression, nor caused by imagining, even if unconsciously and in the background, a negative future. Ending Unnecessary Suffering is coming out in March of 2025. To pre-order now, click the link in the description.